Live from the Jersey Shore to the world. Get up, get out, do something. Wake up with Jeremy Grunin. Take the show wherever you go. Download the free Radio Pup app for your smartphone or tablet. Join the conversation. 732-505-1160. News Talk Radio WOBM AM 1160 and 1310. Listen online at WOBMAM.com.
Welcome back. Wake up with Jeremy Grunin. It is 6:08, 43 degrees, heading up to 60 today. It's raining. It's February 24th here at WOBM AM 1160 at 1310 News Talk Radio, streaming live at WOBMAM.com and on the Radio Pup app. 732-505-1160 if you want to join the conversation. And on the phone with us now, we have Stephanie Lauren. She's the founder and CEO of Plyoga Fitness. And I'm not going to lie, I'm a little bit frightened. Good morning, Stephanie.
Good morning, Jeremy. How are you this morning?
I'm good, but Stephanie, I'm not going to lie. I want to be transparent, open, and honest with my listeners and with you. I looked at your website, and I ended up like in the fetal position in the corner of the studio here because you look tough and you look like you would kick my butt.
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty tough. I'm pretty fierce, and I came from an athletic background. But once we get into, talking a little bit more about Plyoga, you, as well as all the listeners, will really be able to see that, I've created a program that can really be adaptable and modifiable to all different fitness levels, all different ages, men, women, children. It's awesome.
It's awesome. Okay, so how long you created this business? How long have you been doing this now? How long you had the business? How long you been training like this?
So we started Plyoga almost 3 years ago. So we're still, quite a baby in the industry, but we've been going strong for 2.5 years. So obviously that first 6 months was really a test session of getting something from just a vision and getting the trademark in place and just doing all sorts of, laying the groundwork. So I would say September of 2013 was really when we hit the ground running, and we're just excited to get in front of people and, fitness enthusiasts, people at gyms, fitness facilities, and in camps, athletes, all different people. And that was really, really exciting.
Okay, so now I look at your group of master trainers here, and this is like these are some. So this is a female only trainer group? Is that your thing?
No. We actually have several male trainers on our trainer base on our team. But as far as master trainers, which have put in a lot more time to really wrap their head around the brand, the vision, and to be able to deliver and train other trainers, essentially, those are our master trainers. And as far as now, yes, we do have a small group, and they are all women, but that's definitely not to say that we wouldn't love to have a male master trainer. We really highly encourage men to participate in the classes, to come to our trainings, because this is a system that can really, work for all different people.
Okay, so go ahead. So now talk to me. I understand plyometrics. I do.
Okay.
I'm sure that our not most of our listeners do, and I understand yoga. Right. So tell me what is the basis? Like what? I see that you're NASM certified. You have every training certification under the sun. What is different about your program than other programs?
So basically what Plyoga is, it's a 4-part interval system. So, HIIT training, a lot of those listeners that are out there, if you're in the gym, you're taking classes, a lot of those classes that are really making you sweat and that are really giving you the results that you want are high-intensity interval training systems. So basically what we've done is we've created a 4-part interval system that features plyometrics, which basically, for those that don't know that term, plyometrics is really just full body, explosive, functional movement that, is like quick twitch, agility type movements, strength movements, really just anything that's full body and that incorporates, some type of explosiveness. So a lot of people get a little bit nervous, like you were saying, watching the videos and seeing me doing a lot of jumping. And it is was coined the name jump training because of where, plyometric training came from with athletes and jumpers on a track and field team. But really it's evolved and is really just explosive, full body movement. So basically what we do throughout a Plyoga class is we utilize plyometric intervals to elevate the heart rate, get your body moving, get you working on that strength, endurance, that agility, power, with a lot of modification so that everybody can really participate and get what it is that they need out of their workout, depending on their own fitness level. And then what's really unique is that we've taken very fundamental yoga, because I understood as a former athlete that I was personally missing yoga, and so many athletes are missing yoga in their training, and it's just so beneficial and just so awesome for everybody. I mean, everyone can really use yoga in their life if they don't have it for so many different reasons. But so basically we took simple yoga postures and plugged them in throughout the class as an active recovery. So, it's a 4-part system. The first part of the class is really a dynamic, ballistic type of a warm-up, something very different than you'd see in any group fitness class. Really gets the body warmed up from head to toe. Then the second part of the class is called Plyogaverse, and that's really where all of these transitions come in. The plyometrics, getting the heart rate up for a period of time, doing some type of full body movement, and then you're holding a static yoga posture that's very simple, very basic, just to zone in on your heart rate and to breathe. Basically just to really focus on getting that heart rate down for just a short amount of time, not too long, and then going back into that plyometric interval. And that takes up a lot of the class. If you were to go and take a Plyoga class, then there's this final cardio blast we call Plyo Explosion. It's awesome. It's crazy. It kind of gets people to push that little bit extra. And then we have a really, really nice, thorough yoga cool down.
So, Steph, I'm not going to lie. Again, I'm exhausted just hearing the description of this workout. And so the first thing that comes to my mind is, as your average 65-year-old or your average poorly conditioned 42-year-old, for that matter, when you say explosion, when you say going ballistic, when you say jumping around, I start to close my eyes and picture these things and say, oh, my God, how do you tone this down for somebody starting out who says, I can't do all these things, and I might have to find the nearest Metamerge after my first class?
And honestly, Jeremy, we do get that a lot for people that will, just go on and watch some of the videos because of where my background, came from. But like I said earlier, plyometrics really is just full body, ballistic type of movement, explosive movement. So maybe explosive is a little scary for some people, but we always offer modification. So say the movement that I'm saying in the class is, squat jumps or plyo jacks, where you're doing jumping jacks, but you're in the air. Somebody in the class or anyone in the class that doesn't feel that is going to work for them, or they just can't physically jump and really just want to stay on the ground, but they want to participate, we encourage every level to stay and modify and take it just down a notch or maybe down 2 notches. So rather than leaving the ground, they're just doing squat up to the toes. So they're squatting down and then rising up to the toes, or maybe just doing squats, in place. So it really comes a lot, obviously, from the leader in the front of the room, the instructor, the trainer, whoever it is, to really make sure that everybody knows what to expect, but knows that they should stay and try it out, because it's really an experience. It really, it's been designed to help people find their inner athlete, I like to say, but it's empowering. And when you get through a class, whether you're 10 years old, whether you're 25 years old, or whether you're 65 years old, because we have had women and men in their, 70s take Plyoga because maybe they thought it was more of a yoga class, but the beauty part, the beauty in it is that they stick it out, they stay, they modify. The instructor or myself is walking around making sure that everybody is engaged and is doing something. And by the end of the class, by the end of the yoga cool down, they feel amazing. They feel empowered. They feel rejuvenated because there's a whole yoga cool down. And then they leave feeling, like they can do anything the rest of the day. And they also feel like they can come back and do it again.
Okay. And so these are all group exercise classes. There's not a personal training piece, or is that available as well?
Well, because Plyoga is a body weight only system, there's no equipment. So it actually, has been used and is being used in all different types of ways, from personal training, small group training, which they offer in gyms now, which is really big, group fitness, with kids in summer camps, in running camps. I personally go and work with groups of high-level athletes or all different level athletes. So really it can be used in many, many different ways because there's no limits. There's nowhere that you don't have to be in a gym, to do Plyoga.
All right, Stephanie, we are up against a break, and I'm hoping that you're going to tell me how this is going to help my chess game. But we are when we come back, I really want to understand your personal journey here and how you started a business here in Ocean County and kind of what that all looked like and what hurdles you faced and what advice you'd give. Can we do that when we come back?
Absolutely.
Awesome. Be right back. Stephanie Lauren, CEO and founder of Plyoga Fitness.
Wake up with Jeremy Grunin wherever you go. Download the Radio Pup app for your smartphone or tablet. News Talk Radio WOBM AM 1160 and 1310.
We're back with Stephanie Lauren, CEO and founder of Plyoga Fitness. Stephanie, Zach and I were looking at the website over the break, and we're both actually holding each other in comfort because it's very. Well, anyway, so talk to me, though. It is impressive, though, that you have such a stable of athletes built. So how did you, I get it that you did this for a living. How did you kind of change that into doing your own business, and how did you get people to drink the Kool-Aid and follow you into this?
Well, I would have to say that I was an athlete growing up. I was a competitive gymnast, from the age of 4 all the way through college. And I also was a track and field athlete. So I really came from that plyometric jump training type of, training my whole life with the different sports and things that I had done, all the way up through college. So when I got into the fitness scene, after college, when I had to kind of find a new route for myself to keep up my own physique and my own fitness, because that was always very high on the priority list for me, because I think it's just so important to be healthy and well and physically fit for so many different reasons. So basically I took the inspiration of being an athlete and recognizing that there was that missing link, like I mentioned before, with yoga, the yoga component that so many athletes are lacking. Also the way that I personally trained. I mean, people always would ask me, from when I was young up and through I was in college. I don't know if I'm sure you saw the pictures. I've always had a 6-pack, and I've always been very proud of that. And, I'm not one to brag at all, but I've always been asked, what do you do? How do you train? What do you eat? So it kind of started to come to this realization as I got a little older, maybe I should do something with this more than just, continue to push my own body. Maybe I can really help people in a different way and help change other people's lives. So, getting into the fitness industry, becoming a personal trainer or group fitness instructor myself made me realize that it was really, really a cool role to play in going from being an athlete and being coached myself to taking and turning the tables and being able to help others reach their goals and find what's really getting them away from working out or getting them away from making healthy choices in the food store, in the kitchen, or in restaurants and things like that. So I really just started to find a true passion, being in the fitness industry. So my husband actually is also a huge part of Plyoga. He has, business, sales, and marketing background for over 10 years. And together, we really put our heads together and wanted to create a fitness system where we could have something that would last, that would be here for the long haul, because there's so many, different fitness programs out there in the industry. So of course, yes, you have to find a way to be unique and find something that people are going to be attracted to and going to be inspired by and want to be a part of it.
So I just stumbled on this as you said it. So your husband is your operations manager.
Yes, he is.
So how does that work out? I mean, you're the 2 of you working together every day, living the mission. How does that work out? you know, is that all is beautiful in the world of Tom and Stephanie?
Of course not. I mean, it's not always easy being, partners with your spouse and having the different roles, but we really do make a great team because he comes from a place where I didn't come from and didn't have a lot of expertise. Like I said, business, sales, and marketing was definitely not something I had any interest in growing up at all.
Right.
I was just a crazy athlete, loved fitness, loved pushing my body past its limits, and loved trying new things, new challenges, and helping others. And I was always, good at, personal training
Right.
and coaching others. I've coached athletes. And so we really brought those two, I guess, expertises together. And, we're not always together
All right.
when we're working, but we do a lot of fitness shows and conventions and things together. And we make it work. It's a good thing.
That's great. So when we come back, you're going to let me know if you threaten to kick his butt if he doesn't fall in line and do what you need him to do for the business. But I also want to ask you a bunch more questions about what you would do to kind of make people more aware in the sector, what you would do with a magic wand that you could kind of change the world from a fitness perspective. More with Stephanie Lauren, CEO and founder, Plyoga Fitness, after the news. Back after this, Wake Up with Jeremy Grunin.
The news is next. Live from the WOBM Newsroom, the Town Square, New Jersey News Network, and Fox News Radio. Wake Up with Jeremy Grunin. News Talk Radio WOBM AM 1160 and 1310. Live from the Bob Levy Broadcast Center, overlooking the Toms River. It's time to get up, get out, do something. Wake Up with Jeremy Grunin. Be a part of the show, 732-505-1160. News Talk Radio WOBM AM 1160 and 1310. Listen online at WOBMAM.com.
Welcome back. Wake Up with Jeremy Grunin. 635, 43 degrees, getting up to 60 today and raining on February 24th. WOBM AM 1160 and 1310. News Talk Radio. Streaming live at WOBMAM.com and on the Radio Pup app, 732-505-1160 if you want to join the conversation. We are on the line with Stephanie Lauren, CEO and founder, Plyoga Fitness. So, Stephanie, just to tie a bow around this and finish this topic up, you don't have to ever drop the hammer on your husband, right? You keep him in line?
Yeah, we have equal roles for sure.
Okay.
I mean, when we first met, people used to joke and be like, she could beat you up, but no, he's strong, he's fit, and
all right, good. I just want to make sure because I care. So one of the questions that we always ask is, if you had a magic wand, if you had pixie dust, fairy dust, if you could do something to kind of change the world. And for you, I guess it's in your sector around fitness or around whatever it may be. What would you do to kind of, without having to get Donald Trump to back you on something? What would you do?
Let me see. I mean, if I had a magic wand or some fairy dust, I probably would just love to see people be more committed or more open to living healthy lives and get back to kind of what it used to be so many years ago when we had active lifestyles. And I mean, there's just so many conveniences these days, which are great and which are great, a really good thing. And how we can just get in our car and drive to work and have our phone and have our navigation on our phone or in our car and all these great things. But I think, the sedentary lifestyle makes people shy away from, finding the time to exercise and, to educate themselves on making healthy choices because there's just so much garbage in the foods. It's tough, and I get it. It's hard to fit it in your schedule, but I would just love to see more and more people be open to just get moving and, be a little bit more active, even if it means just starting by taking a walk every day and being committed to that. And, I know it's mid to late February now, and so many New Year's resolutions I can be sure that have worn off already, which is sad. It really is. Everyone makes a joke about it, but I don't know why people have to wait until January 1st to start getting healthy or start something new. I say, in November or May or March or whenever it is, start today, not tomorrow. And you never know what tomorrow is going to bring. So That's something that's I'm really just always been very passionate about, even as a kid. And I just love when people are inspired by something where they realize that they, can do better and live a better life so they can be around for a long time.
Right. And I hear you. Listen, so all kidding aside, you probably don't know this about because very few people look at me and figure this, but before I came back home to work with my family, the last job I had, I was actually running 40 health clubs for New York Sports Club in North Jersey and Manhattan.
Wow.
Yeah, which is so I had somewhere in the area 500 personal trainers with their own hydration systems and personal refrigerators everywhere they went, filled with meat and hot sauce. That would be at every one of the meetings that I would be running, and I would be on the floor explaining to them how they could sell personal training and how they can sell physical fitness, which is unfortunately seems like it should be a no-brainer, but so many folks struggle to kind of get rolling and to stay engaged, and it's so hard to keep people interested. And that's really what I think personal trainers and programs like yours do is it switches the routine up. It keeps you engaged. When you're with a group, you're more likely to continue because it becomes a culture and it becomes something that you want to kind of hang out with your friends and do something healthy. So that's a life changer. And so I would, certainly having never seen your program, I would still certainly endorse the concept because that really is a great way for folks to get started on the path to fitness.
Absolutely. And it's just your body. So it's not like you have to have all this fancy equipment to get started. I mean, we have a 5-workout DVD series that is all different levels. Every workout's different. And, a lot of people are getting excited about that because they, not everyone has the time to get to a gym or, pay for a gym membership. And so you can get our at-home DVD series, do it in the comfort of your own home, do it with your husband, your kids. And like I said, it's really empowering when you can see after the end of a class what you've gotten through and that you didn't have to use anything but your body and what you've been given. And
right.
It's a beautiful thing.
So, Stephanie, I find that programs like yours and groups like yours you always seem to have a motto or some kind of catchphrase. You got something? Oh,
absolutely. Plyoga's trademarked motto that we're just so excited about and is very powerful is your body is power. And just quickly, I mean, when you hear that, you might be curling up in a ball again, thinking it sounds scary. But, it's so much more. I mean, you being in the fitness industry, I mean, it is so much more physical. It is so much more than physical. It's so much mental, getting out of your own way when you start something new and, start going to a gym or start a new fitness routine. I mean, when I'm teaching a class or when I'm training other trainers and instructors in the Plyoga format, I tell them sometimes less is more when you're talking to your group. You need to motivate, you need to get in their heads, you need to really make them push a little further because people come into the gym, and come into a class and they don't know half of what they're capable of.
Right.
And people are always capable physically of more than they actually believe in their head. So your body is power, and saying that throughout a class, it just means so much. And sometimes it gets you to just hold that plank or, do one more push-up or hold that squat hold or whatever it is for just another second or another 2 seconds. But, that little extra push is what gets you those miles worth of results.
Right. I'm thinking of like this like first session that you guys do, like the introductory class, and I'm just picturing like this like icebreaker thing where you guys have a big whiteboard and you have written your body is blank and have everybody fill in like what their body currently is. And then you're like, yeah, well, at the end, your body. Anyway, it's the whole marketing thing. Anyway, so let me ask.
That's a good idea.
Yeah,
I like that.
Yeah, you can use that, all right? And just send a check to the station here. Let me. So if people want to learn more, if folks want to get involved, what do they do, Stephanie? Where do they go? This is your chance. This is your marketing moment. Hit it.
Yeah, if you want to learn more about Plyoga, if you want to come take a class anywhere around the country, we are all over the U.S., all over Canada as well. So if you want to learn more, if you want to get involved, if you're a fitness instructor, a fitness enthusiast, a personal trainer, a coach, and you want to incorporate this awesome system into what you're doing and get certified, if you want to get our at-home workout series, which is very reasonable and inexpensive and awesome, you can go to our website, which is www.plyogafitness.com, and Plyoga is spelled P as in Peter, L as in Lucy, Yoga, and it's PlyogaFitness.com. You can also find us on Instagram and Twitter at Plyoga Fitness, or myself, Stephanie Lauren, is at Plyoga Guru.
Wow, look at you. Stephanie, thank you so much for spending some time with us this morning, and I'm sure this cut into your workout today because you got to work on that six-pack, right? Keep it going there and keep hubby in line. Thank you so much for your time this morning. Hope you'll join us again soon, right?
Thank you so much. Absolutely. Thank you for having me on here. This was awesome. I hope I was able to reach some people today and get motivated to get off their feet and get moving.
Absolutely. Have a great day, and we will be back right after this.